I'm Mike Uyak. I love to try new things, and I've had culinary adventures all around the world as well as right at home. I've had really wonderful food, as well as some really horrible food. I'd like to share some of my adventures with you, and we'll see if I have what it takes to fix whatever goes wrong. This is Recipe Redemption. Greetings and salutations, Redeemers, and welcome to today's episode of Recipe Redemption. Just in time for the Lunar New Year. I'm actually recording a video, hopefully, knock on wood, in time to upload it before the actual event. I've been working on my Talk Like a Pirate Day video for 2 years now. And that doesn't mean that the finished product is going to be any better than any of the other videos that I've put out. Probably just longer. But just in time for the Lunar New Year, I have a recipe for Chinese New Year cookies. Now, when I saw the title Chinese New Year cookies on this recipe, I was like, oh boy, yeah, what kind of Chinese New Year cookies? Because there are lots of different confections that are made in preparation for the Lunar New Year. And what the recipe turned out to be was for this. Here's how it's made.
Okay, just to be clear, these are really haystack cookies. They start off with microwaving some chocolate chips. The recipe says 2 minutes, but I did more like 1.5 minutes, just until the chocolate melts. Then I'm adding, yes, the crunchy style of chow mein noodles to this, and stirring to combine, making sure that everything is coated well. This is difficult when one hand is holding the camera, so yeah, you're going to be set down for a moment. Now, once all the chow mein noodles are thoroughly coated with the chocolate, and before the chocolate sets up, get a couple of spoons and sort of form, you can't really form quenelles, but sort of scoop out and form the cookies from this mixture and set them on either some parchment paper, or if you have a silicone baking sheet like this, do that and just let the chocolate set at room temperature. It says to refrigerate, but do it at room temperature first, then put them into containment and refrigerate for a couple of hours just to make sure the chocolate sets up.
So, yeah, it's chocolate, so how bad could it be? But just making a haystack cookie with fried chow mein noodles, that doesn't make it a Chinese New Year cookie. Any more than putting snow peas and water chestnuts on a pizza makes it a Chinese pizza. Oh yeah, I've addressed that one before too. I mean, it's not bad, but it's hard to redeem this. One, because it's a haystack cookie. There's no need to redeem it. It's okay. But I can't in good conscience call this a Chinese New Year cookie. You want a cookie for Chinese New Year, you make one of these.
Okay, kids, we're going to make almond cookies. I'm going to start off with creaming some butter and some sugar together. And yes, I do understand that my stand mixer sounds like someone trying to start a Studebaker full of angry bees. We're balling on a budget around here, remember? Once the sugar starts to get incorporated, you can turn the mixer up, put the spurs to it a little bit, And once it starts to become lighter in color, you can start to add eggs one at a time, two of them, and mix those in fully until it becomes a creamy mixture like this. Then add vanilla extract and almond extract. Then turn off the mixer and add all-purpose flour and almond flour to this. Then turn the mixer on low to make sure you don't spray flour all over your kitchen. And then once it starts to incorporate it, you can turn it up to medium low and just mix for a few minutes, stopping occasionally to scrape down the sides and the paddle, and mix until it comes together as a cohesive dough. Next, use a small disher to dish out equal size balls. They should make anywhere between 25 and 30 cookies. Put them onto a baking sheet and press them down like a thumbprint cookie, and then press a slivered almond in the middle, and bake at 400 for about 15 minutes or until lightly brown.
So this recipe pretty much makes an almond flavored sort of shortbread cookie. But this is close. This is a lot closer to what you might see during a Chinese New Year, celebration, um, or smaller, crisp cookies with that almond flavor. That's just a little bit different from what you might expect from just a little brown cookie. Um, really tasty. In fact, so tasty. By the time I got around to filming this segment of this video, we ate them all. So obviously they're not bad. I highly recommend that you try them. By the time I get this uploaded, it may be a little too late to make them for Chinese New Year. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe you're industrious and can whip a batch out. From start to finish, it takes under an hour to mix, form, and bake these. And if you're anything like me, also to consume them. So, I definitely I definitely recommend that you give them a try. And let me know what you think. And what other kinds of confections do you typically have for Chinese New Year, if you celebrate Chinese New Year at all? Anything like moon cakes, or any sort of those red mung bean cakes. Any other types of cookies specifically made for Chinese New Year. Let me know in the comments below. And as always, I'd like to thank you for watching, and I'll see you here again next time on Recipe Redemption.